no, there is 35, 40,000 of us. Unfortunately, I count myself amongst that rank that are protected quasi, as you said, under those laws, but there are implementation issues. But then there are millions more that get a medicinal benefit from it. That what's their best avenue? Cancard. No offense to looking Cancard or Carly, but this is the argument.
Giving people false hope, not slagging Carly off here or Cancard, but we get hundreds of emails and messages saying, literally from people who've got medical prescriptions as well. They'll be like,
I don't have a Cancard.
Do I need to get a Cancard?
Should still come to your club.
Will your card that I've got, will that cover me if I get a card from you? And I'm like, you don't need a card off us. You don't need a card off Cancard. You don't need a card off anyone. Just if you've got that medical prescription, that's your legal right. Cancard might benefit you in some areas where police forces more, I don't know, sympathetic to it.
Where they're trained to it as well, I think, is a big thing.
But I don't think, I think that line's getting blurred where Cancard or any of these Medcam cards or our Exhale Harm Reduction card is not a card that guarantees and eliminates you for an immunity from prosecution. Do you know what I mean? I think that needs to be construed across more. I feel like
100%
people are getting that line blurred so fucking much, and it's creating so much diversity in the community where you've got medical patients that are walking around flashing the card no, I've got a card though, I can do this, I can smoke in hotels, I've got a card, and you're like, that card means fuck off, man.
It's like you said, it's the language leads to the misinterpretation and misuse of the language leads to misaction.
And I don't think there's anything untowards against Carly here in a card or any other cards. I think that it's just that blurring of the line of you need this card in order to use cannabis legally in the UK. That's an outright misinformation campaign.
A lot of this is down to the mainstream media. So I think one of the things I did write is from a Lad Bible article, which one of the journalists basically finished it by saying that members get a card they can show to police to officers know, so that officers know that they're a medical cannabis user. And again, I know that's not. You've not represented yourself as that. You haven't in any of the verbatim interviews that I have seen of you. Obviously, when print journalists, I've dealt with quite a few of them as well. I've been in a position of working with quite a few of them different projects. There is that misrepresentation. I think to steal man Carly, and I want to almost remove Carly from it because I'm not putting her at the forefront. So no hate to her. It's Cancard entirely we're discussing here as a project. It was never, and as I've had Carly as a guest on, go back and watch it, folks. It's somewhere in the reel of all those episodes. The first thing we said when I got the recording is your Cancard not a legal defense authorizing or allowing a person to be deemed as a medical consumer and thus be protected from prosecution? Is it a card designed to trigger the discretion of an individual officer to use their authorized discretion to not arrest you in that moment? And yes. And that's what Cancard is. It's for the officer. It's a marketing thing, and they're registered as a marketing and advertising agency, and they'll admit to this freely. It's in their open literature. Again, nothing against them. This is just what is. It's a card designed to trigger that cop's discretion in that moment for them to judge that. It isn't a you go get out of jail free card. What the cop's discretion is what gets you out of this, folks. So PSA, don't be a prick. I know I said some things in a video not long ago where I was maybe a bit aggressive. I did try and absolve my transgressions in that clip, and I believe still that I did and stand by it, but maybe the deliverance of it. So again, to Steelman, it's the Cancard is to you're somewhere being subtle and consuming cannabis before going into a venue or wherever else. You're not walking down the high street blazing a fucking half-ounce joint. You are exhibiting discretion. The cop then finds you, goes, what the fuck's going on here? Often in that language, actually, when they smell weed. You can then go, here, officer, explain your situation. If they're aware of it and have been inculcated, the wrong word, I don't want to say indoctrinated either, informed, educated, made aware of the system, they can then go, right, what have you got on you? Be honest now. Is it if you've got like a kilo on you, this is going to be a fucking problem or whatever? They can trigger have a rational conversation with them. I'm not saying lie to the police here, folks, but I'm saying use your discretion and be sensible. Don't go straight as legal advice. But then dealing with the police, be respectful. If you be respectful for it, you can get out of that situation. You can often, as I have done previously, although I am quite a loud talk, mouthy guy, and quite informed. I've taught myself out of situations with no protection before, no prescription, no can cards. The cops often, they're human. If you can get past they've smelled weed and oh my God, you criminal, and then just go, you're just a dude smoking a joint by the river. I can't be asked, like, you know what I mean? You can deal with it, but if you get antagonistic, aggressive, if you disrespect them and call them a pig, if you go all ACAB on them, which that's me 15 years ago, granted, probably not that long ago, actually, really, then yeah, that's what's going to cause that escalation of that situation.